What's going on, Hope City Church? It's Oertel, your worship leader. I brought some of my partners here from work, my co-workers here to help us out for our Fitness Fridays. So let's get into it. But first, I want to introduce my co-workers.
Garrett Ostergaard, police officer.
Fran Sophie, police officer.
So what we're going to do for this Fitness Fridays is we are going to do the Spell Your Name workout. What is that? Very self-explanatory. Spell your name first, middle, and last. Each letter is dedicated to a specific workout, so let's get right into it. So before we start it, we are actually going to demonstrate each workout for you. With every workout, we're going to have what the actual workout is. Some of them are going to be modified for a little lighter. Some of them are going to be modified for something a little harder if you feel like you need something a little bit harder. So let's start with, obviously, A. So A is going to be jumping jacks, 50 of them, but we'll just demonstrate jumping jacks, and I'll start it out. So we're just right here, very simple. Every time your hands go up, your feet go out. I know some of y'all got that going, nope, none of that. All right, so an example of a modified jumping jack, if you need to make it just a little bit harder, if you feel like that's a little too easy for you, you can do a 4 count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, and so on. If you need to have it be a little easier, you can just do legs, you can just 2 arms, get them pumping, just to get your heart going a little bit. So I'm gonna have Fran demonstrate B for you guys.
Sit-ups. Keep your arms tucked behind your head and bring your elbows all the way to your knees. If you wanna modify it, arms tucked behind your head and just get your head off the mat, so a modified crunch.
If you guys want to do something a little bit harder, feel free at home to grab a book, grab a weight, anything heavy. You can have it laying across your chest. Bring that up. Obviously, that's going to add a little bit of resistance to what you're doing. So, moving on, we have the letter C, and that's going to be squats, 30 to be exact. But squats are just going to be air squats. You don't need anything on your back. You don't need anything in your hands. That's going to be very simple. You want your feet, some people like them shoulder length, some like them a little bit further apart. Garrett's going to demonstrate that for you. Pretty simple.
Get to 90 degrees. If you can't get to 90, if you have any knee problems, any aches, slow bend. For anybody that wants to go to a full squat, all the way down, knees out.
Pretty simple. So we're gonna move on to the letter D. Letter D is gonna be push-ups. Again, pretty self-explanatory. We'll get down. Make sure you're all the way up, all the way down. Get that chest to the ground. Modified, you got on your knees, all the way down. And if you want it to be a little bit harder, you can either widen your stance or you can bring them a little closer together. They call them diamond push-ups. You guys can always change the number on those too. That will help with difficulty levels. Next is gonna be the letter E, and we're gonna have, actually we're all three gonna do it. So
Burpees.
Burpees, we're actually gonna have Garrett do the actual workout. We're gonna have Fran show you the modified for burpees.
So burpees, jumping down, hands above the head, jumping.
Modified, if you want to go a little slower, both legs down. You can do a modified push-up, come back up, and continue to go back down.
Pretty self-explanatory. Next is gonna be the letter F, jump squats. So we already did the squat before. So basically it's gonna be the same thing when you squat down, but when you get to the top, you're just gonna add a jump to it. So start at 90 degrees, you're gonna come up, you're gonna come back down into that squat position, okay? If you feel like you need to modify that a little bit, just a jump, if you just wanna get, it says for the letter F that you do 25 of the squat jumps. If you just wanna get up for a modified a little bit easier, just jumping as high as you can. But make sure that when you're coming down your 90 degrees, you're up, land in that squat position, okay? Because that's gonna get that, that burn going in your quads. So next,
Do like the pulsating squats.
Yep.
In case you don't want to do a jump.
Yep. Also, yeah, that's a great point that Fran just made. That if you want, you can have the pulsating squat going, and you don't have to jump up. Some people have the hips or the knee problems. Just that pulsating squat can help also. So next, again, letter G is going to be jumping jacks. So we went over that. We're going to go down to the letter I, where we have a 1 minute wall sit. So what that's going to look like, Frank can show you what that's going to look like.
Just place your butt up against the wall, slide down for as far as you can go where you feel the burn, and you just sit there, set a timer, 1 minute.
Pretty simple. For added difficulty, you can add something to your thighs. Just adds a little bit of weight to the hold that you got going on with your quads, with your legs, the rump region. But that one's gonna make it. That one's gonna burn after a while. So make sure that if you're doing it right, you'll feel it for sure. So letter J, we did burpees already. Next is gonna be the letter K with tricep dips, and we're gonna let my partner Garrett demonstrate tricep dips. So obviously these are mats. Anything you can get, couch, chair, anything.
Feet together. Far down as you can go. A little bit harder, just try and reach out a little bit farther with your legs, all the way down. You can try and touch your butt. Otherwise, a modified version, 90-degree bend in the legs. You can use your legs if you need to get up.
And Fran's going to demonstrate for anybody with the upper, like the shoulders, if you have some difficulties with your shoulders. This is another modified version of that could help.
Again, on the chair, you bend your legs and you use both your arms and legs, making sure that you dip your arms back, but also bend your knees.
You're going to want
up and down.
You're going to want to feel that burn going right here. So if you don't feel that at all, make sure that you're getting down all the way so that you start feeling that. So again, letter L, jumping jacks. Next is the letter M with a 1 minute plank. So plank, pretty simple. Getting down. You're gonna get on your elbows and your toes, that's it. Right here. So the goal of this is you wanna try to make your body as flat as it possibly can be. If that's a little too hard, you can get your rump region up in the air a little bit.
You can also go up to the palms of your hands.
Yep.
That'll work out your arms a little more and use a little more of your upper body to hold yourself up on all fours.
And if somebody wants something a little bit more difficult, feel free. If 1 minute isn't long enough, you can do 1 minute in the regular plank position. You can do 1 minute on a side. You can do a minute on another side. There's a lot of different things you can do. And that's a core burner. You can also alternate from going up and down from your elbows to your hands. Next, we're going to go all the way down. Since we've done the rest of the alphabet pretty much, they're just repeated with different rep numbers. We're going to go all the way down to the letter V with 40 high knees. So what high knees looks like, Garrett's going to demonstrate that for you. What did I just call you?
Jared.
Garrett's going to demonstrate that for you.
Every time your right knee goes up, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and so on.
If that's too easy for you and you want to make it a little bit more difficult, kind of like we do with the jumping jacks, 1, 2, 3, rather than having each one count as 1, you can do a 4 count. So 1, 2, you can do the same thing with the high knees. So 1, 2, 3, and obviously that just adds more reps. You can do it for more speed than anything. If that's too much, Fran's gonna demonstrate what a modified to make it a little less strenuous would look like.
Modified just in slow motion. 1, 2, 30. Just a slow march in a sense, instead of a fast pace.
Absolutely. So that's pretty much it. That's the whole alphabet. What we're gonna do is we're gonna demonstrate, we're gonna spell out Hope City, of course. So we're gonna go through the letters HOPE, CITY. If you want to do something a little bit more difficult, Garrett's going to demonstrate that while we go through it. I'm going to do what the picture attached to this post says. Fran's going to do the modified workout, and we're going to show you guys how to do it. All right? Y'all ready?
Ready?
Let's do it. So first it's going to be H. It's going to be 15 sit-ups. Make sure you're doing all the reps. We're doing it for 15. Garrett doesn't have anything with him, but again, if you have a book, a heavy book, you got pots and pans, you got a TV. I don't know how many we're doing. You're supposed to do 15.
15.
So, you might as well get back down.
25 sit-ups.
25 sit-ups, letter O. Again, if you want to get that heart going, try to have a limited amount of break time in between each of them. Fran, I'm counting on you to do the counting. Okay.
$20.
All right. And if you guys want,
25.
if you feel like it might be a little much, you can just do your first and last name. If you feel like you need to do more, you can move to the middle name. So next, P, so push-ups. So again, Garrett's gonna be doing something that's gonna be a little bit more difficult. I'm gonna be doing the push-up that's gonna be attached to this post. Fran's gonna be doing the modified push-up. 20 push-ups. Go. 1,
2, 3.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, so E, burpees, we do 10 of those. Again, we'll have, let's just get right into it. We're gonna try not to kick each other while we do this. All right? All right, so we'll start going down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. C, I'm getting to 30 squats. There you go. You'll start to feel it here. Fran, you're counting, right?
Yep. 12.
You start to feel in your quads here.
20.
There you go.
5 more. 30.
All right. Let's go to the I. Wall sit. I'll do it back.
Sit down flat.
That's good. Yeah. That's good, I think. So start this. You guys get the idea. We're right here with it. Try to keep that 90-degree angle and start to feel it in your quads. When you feel that burn, that's when you continue to hold it. That's when you really have to fight past that. Because that's when it starts working, okay? You guys get the idea. But honestly, that was burning. Letter T, 1 minute plank hold. Sounds good. All right, and up. You guys also wanted to come here, gonna get those sides, those obliques. Move it over. You can even dip it down. Pick the cherry, put it in the basket. And that'll get that going as well. But you guys get the idea. And last, certainly not least, 15 more push-ups. A good measure. And here we go. And you guys get the idea. Now, I skipped a bunch of reps while we were doing this. You guys get the idea. Push yourselves on this. While you're at home, you don't have the dooming or the feeling of people watching you while you do it. You're at home. Fight past that desire and that urge to want to stop. Push through that pain. Let's make sure that we're staying healthy as we're unfortunately still at home. Let's make the most of it. God wants to use this, but we can also use it to help get our bodies in good shape. Obviously, I need to work on my shape. I'm huffing and puffing a little bit. A little too much peanut butter pie. What up, Pastor Tyler? That's all we got for you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. See you guys later.